Hey guys, welcome to my video, and it's been a while since I reviewed test server. So on this test server, we are reviewing Quarker, Nucleon, Cataclysm, and Cyclon. And I think the Cyclon is the beta version of the Cataclysm. So these are basically like Scourge, but on Titans. Before we only had the alpha version of it. Now we have the beta version as well, and the guy next to me is using the same setup, and I think the enemy is using the Vengeance and machine gun beta weapon. Just like the Scourge, you have to wait for its lockdown, and as you get closer you do more damage. So I guess with that in mind, you can definitely brawl with this, unless enemies robot is like a stealth weapon that you guys are seeing right in front of me. So I guess the Aojun is still a good counter to this. You definitely can't kill Titans that are maxed out on your own for sure, because they're just too tanky. They're just different animals. Something that was really interesting about these weapons were that they had different reload time. One was 5 seconds and the other one was 10 seconds. And another thing that I've noticed was that both of these weapons tend to have a lot of ammo. So at like 300 meters, it's pretty insane. It just drains enemy just insanely fast, and I think I run out of alpha ammo here, but still with the beta weapons, you still can do a lot of damage. I can't really say that if I were to compare this to the Dragoon-like weapons for the Titans, I can't really say that one is better than the another, because on long map, it's easy to keep that 600 meter distance. So another interesting thing with this was, because of that 5 seconds reload on the beta weapon, you can really protect yourself during the reload time of the alpha weapons. The effect on these weapons are definitely cooler than the Dragoon like weapons. I still think that Tsar and Rupture has the coolest effect, and it's got a laser thing coming out of it as well, which was pretty cool. But yeah, the effect of unloading this weapon was definitely pretty cool, better than the Dragoon light weapons. But the weapon design itself, I think the Dragoon weapons were a little bit better in my opinion. That was that, and this is the heavy version of the Atomizer. So it's basically the same mechanics. Just like the Atomizer, this weapon, as you fire, it overheats, and you definitely have to let it cool down to be effective. You can keep on shooting unless you're right up in enemy's face. You won't be doing any damage at certain point. So this weapon is fairly easy to use. The mechanics, for example, Calamity, weapons like Calamity, Redeemers are a little bit more difficult to use as well. Glacier is, you have to have a little bit of patience with the Glacier. You have to have that reload time, even though when enemies are exposed you have to be a little bit patient. But with this, I guess you could do some damage even though it's overheated. That guy just phase shifted, and my guns are overheated, so I won't be doing that much damage. So that guy's in last stand anyways, so I'm basically just letting my guns cool down. At this point, there's just one guy left, Arthur. Obviously, on the physical shield it doesn't do anything, but from behind I can do some damage to this Arthur. So let's see how powerful these weapons are. It kind of reminds me of Avenger, with, I think it's like Avenger and Shredder together without the cooldown time, and it fairly overheats pretty quick, I would say. I kind of think that I don't know, still Avenger might be better choice, but we'll have to see on the live server as well. And I think this is our first time testing this weapon, so it might come out like, I don't know, a couple more times on the test server, and you kind of would have to see where they are kind of going with this. So it definitely suits the Ao June. And yeah, the mechanics is pretty new, so it's kind of refreshing to see other other form of reload, I guess, rather than just counting down the time. And I think you've probably seen enough, and it's kind of getting, this match is kind of getting boring, so let me fast forward this part here and then move on to the next part. So let's check out the score here. 2.5 million damage, 11 kills. There were a lot of free damage there as well, but the Titan weapons were definitely powerful, I would say. And let's move on to the next match. I'm in my Invader. This has Corona, and 2 light weapons are the new weapons that we are testing out. It's called the Quarker, and this is, I guess, the light version of the Atomizer. Now this is Beacon Rush, and I'm trying to get that side beacon, and my plan here is to move towards the right side where there's that ramp, and you can easily access the center beacon with a jump, and I guess that's how I would defend the center beacon. Now plan kind of changed here, because as soon as I saw that Loki was definitely going to come for my team's home beacon, so I'm ready to jump here, because the weapon level on the Invader actually is on the same level as Loki, so you can actually hit Loki while this Loki is in stealth. Yeah, the Quarker is overheated, and it just seems like it's not doing that much damage, and the Corona, the fire rate is super slow. So I almost think that this weapon might be better for like Phantom, because Phantoms, they unload very quick and they just kind of teleport out, and with the Invader you kind of need that constant damage, and I kind of think that maybe the Shredder is better at this point, but this is probably the first time testing this, and they'll definitely tweak things here and there, but the usage is very different. I would say definitely lighter bots or faster bots. There's no concept of light bots anymore, so faster bots like Phantom, maybe the Strider might be better, might benefit more from using this Quarker weapon. So on the Invader, I didn't find it that impressive, so I'm trying to go for this beacon, at least threaten them. I don't have much health on this, and I have phase shift on here, so I can't heal myself and prepare for like another engagement. So I kind of went for that beacon. I died, dropped into my Ao Ming, because I'm kind of guessing a lot of people will definitely want to see the next new Titan build. And I think if you are brawling with a Titan, I think the machine guns are fine, because if you're you might be brawling against another Titan, and if, let's say, Arthur shows up, you're gonna have to go through Arthur's shield anyways, so this weapon might not be the weapon for the Arthur, but I haven't ran the Arthur, so I may not be that accurate as far as Arthur builds go. If you're brawling and you're getting closer and closer, I definitely think that the machine guns are just as good, but then you can keep enemies away at 600 meters, so that's like the only benefit with this. but that's actually pretty huge because if you look at the Dragoon version of the Ao Ming, most Ao Ming can't really approach the Dragoon Ao Ming because they just fall back and keep that 600-meter distance, and they can still, and because of the 100 meters, if you're in machine gun Ao Ming, you definitely can't do anything. So I think the same thing goes with this, but I guess at 600 meters, I would assume the Dragoon version does more damage. So unless you keep that 600 meter the whole time, but the game, when you have the Titan out, it's definitely like mid game and towards the end of the game. So you might have to go for like another beacon. So in that case, this weapon will outperform the Dragoon version of it. There's nothing much other than that to say really. And yeah, so I'm gonna end my commentary here, and thank you guys for watching. And if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe for more. And recently I've been doing live streams more, but yeah, I'm definitely gonna mix it up in the future. So I'll catch you guys on the next video or next live stream. So see you guys.